or further away between a Supreme Court that would move toward honoring God, life, and morality, or away from it. The stakes couldn't have been higher, nor the cost greater. As a nation, we put on blinders concerning Barack Obama's background, associations, beliefs, and practices, and set these causes back years, possibly decades. And in doing so, we took another step away from God and His plans for America, and another step towards judgment. This is not a fire and brimstone warning from an angry legalistic preacher. In fact, I feel more sadness and grief than anything else. Perhaps I feel what Jesus felt as He wept for Jerusalem while announcing its judgment. I am not hoping for judgment. I am saying it is inevitable. I don't know where the unbiblical belief comes from that says a nation can live any way it pleases, can reject God and His ways, even mock Him, and not receive His judgments. Nor do I know when the belief came that it always mean-spirited or judgmental to warn of these things. To the contrary, I believe it is our responsibility. In warning of judgment, I am not suggesting that God is going to intentionally and directly hurt people. Much judgment is simply the absence of God's protection and provision. Caused by a rejection of His laws and ways. We have been experiencing some forms of judgment in America for years, but God, in His incredible patience and mercy, has kept us from the level we've deserved. I believe this will change to a degree, and judgment will now increase. For those in the church who align themselves with pro-abortion forces, I believe judgment will result. For leaders in the body of Christ who refuse to take a stand for fear of losing people, money, and tax-exempt status, I believe there will be a degree of judgment. For those, both within the church and without, who voted money over morality, a potential raise or better health insurance over the life of a baby, there will be judgment. The irony is that this decision to base one's vote on the hopes of a better economy won't produce the hoped-for result. The Scriptures teach that it is righteousness which exalts a nation, and that the nation is blessed whose God is the Lord. I have heard the argument that God cares as much about social justice issues such as poverty and racism as He does abortion, making a vote for Obama okay. I certainly believe God puts a very high priority on caring for the poor, and I too have wanted to see equality demonstrated through a minority president. But to equate having a better income or the desire for a first black president, regardless of his positions on abortion and morality, to the issue of killing 50 million babies is not justice. It is a gross distortion of justice and great deception. I fear that we have been desensitized to this issue of abortion. I believe it kills babies and takes innocent life. I also believe it is blood sacrifice that empowers demons. Let's not forget this in our noble attempts to be kind and conciliatory. For African Americans, I can easily see how it could bring healing to have a first black president, but as it would be for Native Americans to achieve this, or for women if a woman were elected president. Again, I have wanted to see justice in this way. I am only saddened that the price for this healing ended up being Barack Obama, a man that will set the cause of life and most likely our God given destiny as a nation back so drastically. I also realize there are some who interpret any criticism of Obama as racism. Racism is so not what I am about, nor what I live, that I will not even dignify any such accusations with a response. What are some of the judgments we can expect on our nation from this election? More economic woes, more violence in an already violent nation, disease and death, natural disasters like weather, tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, drought, fire, earthquakes, terrorism, they will fear us much less, war, perhaps on our own soil, judgments relating to the court, the stacking of the Supreme Court against the sanctity of life and God's influence of America will occur, which will in turn cause the shedding of more innocent blood, more rejection of God's laws, and the stealing from us of our godly heritage, all of which will perpetuate a cycle of even more judgment. I've been asking if this could have been averted had there been more prayer. I'm not sure. I believe there was a remnant of Christians fervently praying over these elections. I don't think there was anything more they could have done. Others obviously should have done more. The complacency and lack of discernment concerning our real condition in America, especially by the church, is both appalling and horrifying. America is in serious trouble, and it seems no one wants to say it. Fewer still are willing to do anything to change it. Okay, now I'm not going to read the rest of this. Okay, it goes on a little bit further. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the third. Now this is a series of prophecies by someone. The first one is January 26th, 2007. Almost 2 years ago. America, you will win. You will win. Yes, you will win. My church that I am building will bring unity and the sound of unity. Remember what I said before about what that other person said he heard about the word of unity? Okay. For it shall come to pass, hear the words for God said, I shall raise up men and women. And God said, presidents of this nation for the next 3 terms shall be Christians. I will cause them to be prayers, warriors, even though the public shall not know how much about it when they step into the office. I shall do what I did with Saul, and the Spirit of the Lord shall come upon him, and he shall be changed into another man. This is June 28th, 2007. God says, a president that I will bring into the White House, they will say he is ungodly. He does not know God. Even as Jesus disguised himself for the great feasts, so I've disguised this man's heart. When he comes to the White House, not only shall he be mine, but he shall pray as a man that has never prayed in the White House. That same man shall put his feet onto this platform. They will say, how did he take this place? Laws shall change. Young men and young women will have access into the kingdom. Excuse me. And with authority into politics, and with authority into the industries,